Welcome to Monday's half-hour power hour. We try to do this one time in the very beginning of the week meetup where we kind of go over one quick product education, one quick, hey, kudos to do a shout out to somebody who's been working hard, and some type of training. And so today the training and the product education kind of go hand in hand because we have a new month. And we also had something crazy happen, and we sold out of Healthy Start kits. And so no big deal because doTERRA already fixed it and upgraded and made the kits better, which is awesome. And for the same price, they are giving pedals with the Family Essentials kit. And so that's killer. And then on top of that, everybody's going to get the $50 bonus when they enroll with $150, and that kit qualifies. So as we get started, I apologize if it's a little loud. I thought it would be nice, a nice little change. My kids were swimming, so I wanted to be out near them. And so it might get a little loud, but we'll still hang in there and do this. Okay, so I just did want to give a quick shout out to Abra. I know we shout out you guys all the time, but quite honestly, Abra shows up every week. We do strategy calls. She shows up to those. She connects with me and constantly asks, hey, when can we meet up? When can we do a three-way call? When can we do this? And so you guys know it's easier for me for you to connect to me because I deal with about 500 people. And if you guys connect with me, then I know what you need. Of course, I'm going to try to connect with you no matter what. But the more you tell me what you need, the better I can handle what your concerns are and help you out exactly where you're at. So you're never going to bother me. And that's important to remember. And Abra takes full advantage of that. So if you want to set up mentor calls, then let's get them in the books. Okay, there's Patty. All right, I am going to share my screen when we do this next bit. And I record these and I put them into, I just edit and put the link in, hey, where the, wherever I put in CC Oilers Belief Builders, like whenever I put up the, hey, we're going to meet today, I'll edit and put it right in there, okay? All right, next one back out. Okay, so now we did a shout out to Abra, and now we're going to do a quick little product education, and we're going to do some training. Now, I'm going to share, and all I'm doing is going through pictures, and I'm not exactly sure how the computer is going to like to do this, but I think let me see how I think I can just do desktop. Okay, so it looks a little weird, right? But it's a bunch of pictures, and this is stories. And so this is partially training and partially not. You do not have to use stories. You do not have to use social media. For the first, I want to say the first 9 years of doTERRA and network marketing prior to social media, people were very successful with this business model before social media. So you do not have to use this. But if you need graphics, I can start putting a file up into the CC Oilers Belief Builders. You just have to know how to put your name on them before you put them out, okay? Because they are paid for. So this one, we're gonna talk about ginger. This is our 10% off product. So for our product education, we'll go over ginger and fennel. Ginger is hot, it's spicy, it's definitely kind of earthy, and sweet. It's a warm oil, so if you put it on your skin, it's going to be one that you want to dilute. We use it on our tummy. It's been used worldwide as a spice for foods like Thai foods, Asian foods, in drinks for digestion, and in like kombucha and different drinks like that. You ever heard of ginger ale? It's made for upset tummies. But we've been using it for over 5,000 years documented. And here's some really cool things. There's over 177 published studies on the benefits of ginger. When I think of plants, and if people come to you, and like we're doing hormones tonight in our CE class. So if you can make it, definitely come. 8 p.m. Eastern time. That would be 5 p.m. way out in Arizona. Sometimes people come and they're used to taking something once and then being very limited on how much they can take it because we're used to the toxins, we're used to the chemicals, we're used to being told you can't take more than this. Well, oils are just plants. And so if you think of it more of a salad, how many how many things can you put in a salad? Can you mix it up? Or what do you put in a smoothie? Like, it's just plants. Like, the more plants you can get in your body, the better. So when someone comes to me and says, oh, can I use ginger on my daughter? Yes, we can use ginger on our kids, right? We can use them on our babies. As a matter of fact, one of the most gentle ones to use for digestive issue is fennel, which we're going to go over. So hopefully that will answer some questions you might come up against. It takes about 1 pound of ginger root to make 15 milliliters. That's the large bottle. So a whole pound of ginger root, it takes that much to make 1 bottle. It's one of the first spices that were ever traded from Asia to Europe, and it pairs well with fennel, digestin, and lemon. Okay, so it started raining out. That's awesome. Okay, so it is an excellent digestive tonic. So a little bit in like seltzer water, a little bit in warm tea. It's going to be fantastic. It's good for warming and stimulating and the effects of the body. It's also known for, in general, warming the body. So if you have someone that's really cold or needs circulation support, bottom of the feet. So if you just typically are a cold person, putting this oil on the bottom of the feet would be helpful. It's also great for, nausea, so car sickness. So we made the roller last week, the tummy tamer, digestin, peppermint, and ginger. And those are all great for helping the body during nausea, motion sickness, any type of vertigo. And you can easily just put it in a little diffuser in the car, or even sprinkle it in the car. So this one's great. And then of course, putting it on the abdomen. You can just simply inhale it, and that also helps with digestion. And the internal portion of it is great because that gives you a systemic effect, and it's just a great oil to diffuse. It's a nice little spicy oil that supports your mood. All right, so we went through all that. Now let's go through fennel. So fennel, aromatically, it's a very sweet oil. It's called sweet fennel. It is the most gentle when it comes to digestive. So for babies, we've always used digestin, but if you have someone who's sensitive or you're having an infant, fennel would be one that is great, not only for the baby to rub on their feet and their tummy, but also for the mom. And so if they're diving into the breastfeeding world, fennel on the breast with some basil will help with milk production. I use this for sugar cravings, a little bit on the tip of the tongue. It does taste like black licorice, but not like that really sharp bitter. It's very sweet licorice, and so you put it on your tongue and it can take away sugar cravings. It does help with digestion. I mentioned that already, and that's why we consume it, but you can use it aromatically. You can blend it with peppermint, you can blend it with lemon. It's really great, and it's also good for metabolic function. So you can use it for working out and exercising and getting your blood flowing and your metabolism moving. And it's also good for chicken, so you can cook with it. Super yummy when you're cooking. All right, very quickly, let's dive into this. This is part of the training. So this is a story. These little pictures are the size of a story for Facebook. People love stories. As a matter of fact, most people who are going to be in our market, like tech savvy, people who would want to do this job with us, they are going to understand that things change and you got to stay up with the changes. And so if you are not using stories, I'm going to highly, highly suggest start using them. These little graphics fit right in your story on Facebook, and they allow you to just capture some audience. You don't want to overwhelm them. You want them a little bit, and I would say 20% business, 80% life, okay? So this is a little graphic that says, hey, are you ready to get started? And this is gonna help us go over what the options would be and how we would help someone understand the value, which is our training today, the value on that 50 PV. Because if I come to someone and say, hey, if you spend $150, I'm going to give you $50 free, the first thing I think is, what do I need to spend money on? And $150 is a lot of money. Why would I want to spend it, right? Well, we need to help them to find the value. And so, yes, $50 is a good amount of money. I put up a graphic and it showed like what can you get with your $50, whether it's sleep support, digestive support, women's support, stress support, so many different things, hair support. We first have to figure out what their hot topics are, what their their buttons are, what things are bothering them in their life. And this boils down to what we call the 10-minute enrollment, okay? The more we can let someone else talk, the better. We don't have to push information. We do not have to know all about the oils. We simply have to care. That's it. I've built my entire business by asking questions. Hey, Susie, how are you doing today? You get headaches? Tell me about that. How often do you get them? Do they come along with your period, or are they more stress related? Do they start in the back of your neck, or are they all over your head? How does that affect you? Does it mean that there's a different oil for those? If her head starts back here and maybe it starts up here? Not necessarily. It actually just means I'm letting her talk, okay? And then we'll go through the basic foundations of where we start people. But so if she says, well, I'm struggling with headaches, but my real concern is that my daughter cannot sleep. So that's her concern. It doesn't matter how bad we think her body is and how bad we think her life is going, because she's dealing with autoimmune issues and she's dealing with pain and migraines, all these things, right? Her value lies with her daughter. And so then we want to help her where she sees the benefit. So let's talk about your daughter. How does that affect you? When she doesn't sleep, how does it affect her? Is she grouchy the next day? Does she struggle with staying focused during school? Does she have a lot of mood swings? Like what is affecting her? Then we can get her just talking about her main concerns, and all the while we're writing every single thing down. And after she's done with her daughter, I might say, well, is there anyone else struggling with anything in your house, like your husband, or you have other children? Do they struggle with digestive issues? Do they struggle with allergies, or maybe dry scalp or anything like that, or acne? And then I'm just probing and then writing it down. And we spend about 10 minutes of me writing down every single thing she says. And then I don't say, well, where do you think you'd like to start? I say, this is where I would start. If my family was struggling with sleep concerns and digestive concerns and snoring and allergies, then the best place for anyone to start would be the Healthy Solutions kit. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Hopefully that's making sense to you guys. Okay, so then you can say, and when you start with that, we're gonna give you $50 back. This is just a gift that we're giving this month. So yes, you're gonna spend $160 on this amazing kit that is going to help with your sleep concerns, your stress concerns, your husband's digestive issues, and the snoring. It's going to help with every single thing we talked about a little bit. And if you're patient and some of those oils aren't getting it perfectly to help you solve those issues, we're gonna work together. So if you're as patient as you are with over-the-counter or prescription medications, I will be patient with you as we find a natural solution with the essential oils. And then we can customize their kit. So we usually start them with the kit, right? Depending, either Healthy Start or Healthy Essentials, the Home Essentials kit, like the larger bottles. So mini bottles or large bottles, or if they are ready for a complete overall and they really want to get that foundation started, then we start them with Healthy Habits, right? We start them on the vitamins because those are crucial for a healthy habit. And any three of those packages are going to help them get their summer cash, right? They're going to get the cash. So it's $150 in July, and we have now helped them visualize the value in the products so that they can see how are they going to use these, right? All these concerns that they're having, they now will have a tool in their toolbox, and then they'll be able to get some of the extra things that do not come in that pack for free next month, okay? That is where the kits come in. So there's the first option is choose one of the packages because all their membership is free. Healthy Essentials, large bottles. Healthy Start, mini bottles, same diffuser. And then Healthy Habits is the top 5 oils, the Deep Blue Rub for pain, and those vitamin and digestive support. All of those are great options. And then there is the Simple Solutions. So if you have someone that's really struggling with emotions and they want those emotional aromatherapy oils, you could do the Healthy Start and add on those. So everybody has their own need. We focus on their specific needs. and we trust in the oils, and then we show them how to use it once they get it. So that's what I have. Does anybody want to share if they've used fennel or ginger in anything, or if you've had an experience with helping someone find the value? And then we're done for the day. Come on, Abra, I know you help people find the value all the time. Patty, you too.
And we use fennel and ginger almost daily. Sorry, I have to get in the car and go. Yeah, fennel and ginger are two that help Les with his stomach issues more than anything else.
Oh, good. And to use them more straight instead of the digestion?
I use them with the digestion, yeah.
So you add them in, okay. A little bit extra boost. I think we lost her. We lost you, Patty. So I know a little bit about Pawpaw.
He has those terrible pains. Those two eat them to death. So I'm sorry, I'm eating my lunch while I'm getting ready to go.
Okay, yeah, we lost you. We didn't hear you.
When somebody has IBS or Crohn's disease or something like that, those would really help.
Yeah, that's right. Any type of digestion.
I'm sorry, I'm in.
You're doing good. I appreciate it.
any type of IBS or Crohn's or something. Hear me? You can hear me now. Okay. But yes, I do put them on like twice a day, every day, just to keep him from having those terrible pains.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to know. And I knew he had terrible pain, so I knew those were two of the oils that you used. We put it in a drink and sip it down too, and it seems to help a lot.
Oh yeah, I have put.
All right, so one more last thing I remembered, we used Digestin, so you could use ginger or fennel for this cramping. And so if you have menstrual cramping, any type of discomfort during the month, typically it's caused by either ovaries or like ovulating or gas and bloating. And so the gas and bloating side can be helped with the fennel and the ginger. The other is utilizing hormone type oils, which is exactly what our call tonight at 8 p.m. will be Eastern time, so 5 p.m. if you're out in Phoenix. So that's what we have today. If you guys, all this information came directly from the Essential Life book. I just happen to have them on pictures today because I'm going to put them up in my story. If you have a question about helping people or doing class and really helping people understand the value, we can talk about that. But I know Abra and Patty they talk to people all the time. They just basically they listen and hear concerns that they have, and then they offer a solution. Do you have anything else to say about that, Abra?
I just think listening is really the biggest thing. Sometimes people just have so much going on, they struggle themselves to kind of pinpoint what might be the underlying issue. So take notes and listen. Yeah. And reference back to a book if you need to. We have a ton of resources.
I love that. That's perfect, Abra. Take notes and listen. That's right. That's called active listening. And that's basically what our job is. The job is not to know all the oils. Our job is not to know all the answers. Our job is to listen and show people.
I was going to say, people mostly want to know that you care.
That's right. That's it. They care about how you make them feel. 100%. 100%. That's true.
I have one quick question about the stories. I've never done stories.
Okay.
If you put up a picture about stories and somebody makes a comment, where does it go?
So when you tap let me see if I can pull it up. If you say, hey, if you tap, I'm going to my Facebook. When you go to your app, here's if I see the plus sign, I can add, but then here's my story. So if I click on it and then I scroll up, it shows you if anybody has either touched or commented.
Okay, I've never seen that. Thank you.
Yeah, and once you're there, I can scroll through my entire story and check. And this is another feedback thing because I can see who liked it, who watched it, and even if they didn't talk, I can still go back and say, "Hey, I saw that you saw my story today. Did that happen? Does wellness with hormones interest you? Because I have a class coming up," and then I can offer it that way. Okay.
Thank you. I have no idea.
Now you know, little tiny secrets. And like I said, you do not have to use social media to be successful in this. It is a tool. It is not a money-making activity. Money-making activity is talking to people, inviting them to a class, okay? All right, guys. You know I love your faces. I appreciate you guys came. Keeping it short for you, and I'll put up the replay in this post that I put up earlier today. All right? You guys enjoy your day. Thanks for stopping.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye, Kristen. Bye, Abra. Bye, Patty.